Welcome to Coach Jenee Speaks. And on this episode of Fix Her Crown, we have Stephanie Jacks, real estate professional. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having
Welcome to
me.
Fix Her Crown. It is a pleasure. I've been so excited and eager to get you on. I've been hawking and stalking you a little bit. I know you're a busy lady.
That's all right. Yeah, thanks for having me. Good to see you.
My pleasure. And thank you for gracing us with your presence. I want to give a proper introduction. Please give us your first and last name, your location, and your profession. What do you do?
Well, my name is Stephanie Jex, and I am a realtor in the Los Angeles area. However, I do specialize or in the San Fernando Valley. So, if those of you are familiar with that, the San Fernando Valley is right on the other side of Mulholland. So, yeah.
Yes.
And I've been a real estate professional for about 25 years. So, yeah.
Wow. I know you've been there to see so many things in the industry change. Um, I dabbled in real estate industry very briefly, really on the lending side, as you might recall, but it was so brief. It was like it made my head spin, but it helped contribute a lot to everything in life that I have done has contributed to what I do now. So, but do digress. Stephanie, I wanted to ask you, I wanted to ask you, please share with us just to as an icebreaker to get things kicked off, please share with us a favorite quote or a favorite scripture of yours or a mantra that you like to go or live by, please.
Well, my favorite quote has always been the famous Golden Rule quote, which is treat others how you want to be treated. And I found out because I was doing a little research on that, like, where did that come from? Actually, it comes from the Bible. It was the earliest version of that quote came from the Bible. It was Matthew 7:12. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a quote that really just resonates with me.
It
Treat
certainly
others
does.
how you want to be treated. Just that simple.
One of the things that our parents teach us very early on, as one of the things that I can recall and remember, and it does come from that. It's called the Golden Rule, right?
Yep.
And for us to treat others how you want to be treated. That does go a long way. It really does.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's so basic. To me, it is a golden rule
Hmm.
because, yeah,
When you
there's,
translate that into uh, the real estate industry and what you do, and just thinking about you as a Black woman in the real estate profession, over 25 years, I know a lot of things have changed. A lot of things have stayed the same. And as time goes on, that's something that I've learned as far as dealing with sales and things like that. But as a Black woman in your industry, I gotta guess that you may not have been treated as well as others should have treated you on some level. So,
oh,
what's that like? Share with us some of your experiences in your industry.
well, yeah, some areas tend to be a little cliquish.
Mhm.
Some communities rather tend to be a little cliquish. So yeah, I've experienced, certain communities not being as receptive to, what I have to offer. And, when I get that feeling, that vibe, I just remove myself. I simply just remove myself from that, and I go where I feel that my services will be appreciated and received.
Absolutely. And your expertise and your talent. Yes. And you have your hands in the sweet spot, I call it, in Southern California.
Oh yeah. You mean as far as the
Unfortunately,
location wise, or what?
as far as the
Oh
location,
yeah.
yes.
I'm in a wonderful
Um,
location.
Unfortunately, early this year we had some issues with the fires that we're all very well aware of, in the Pacific Palisades as well as the Altadena area, traditionally known as the wealthier Black
Hmm.
established neighborhoods from the from the Pasadena and Altadena
Yeah.
areas, right?
Yep.
What are
That's a
some of
very
your experiences with that right now?
well, I'm a little more southwest of that area. At some point, I was working in the Santa Anita area, so that's I was had to pass through that area for a time. Uh,
Mhm.
but just like any other community, they worked hard. They put a lot into their homes and their community, and just to see that go up in flames the way that it did, it was really, really just disheartening. I actually drove by that area about maybe about 2 weeks ago with a friend, just to really take a look and see what was really going on there, because as you know, when they had the fires, they blocked everything off, so you weren't able to get in and out. But I just
Yeah.
wanted to just just go in and see what was actually happening there, and it was devastating. I mean, just to see all those beautiful homes, and a lot of them were, historical homes, because Altadena, Pasadena, those areas are known for a lot of
Historical
historical
district.
homes.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
so to see, those beautiful, gorgeous architectural masterpieces, I call them, just
Yeah.
disappear, turn into a pile of rubble, was really, really, it was hard for me to see, but I wanted to, just see, you know, just touch ground over there and just kind of, see what's really going on, because you get some of the story on the news, and you get some of the story on social media these days, but I wanted to actually go there in person and see what was going on, and it was devastating.
Yes.
When
And
it
too close
first
to not be
happened.
able to reach out to.
Hmm.
I'm thinking it was too close to not be able to reach out to it. So why not kind of, like you said, touch base and see what was going on there?
Yeah, I really wanted to see it for myself. And but then there was a time when when the fires first started, that I went down there and I met with FEMA, because I wanted to be able to provide resources for people who were affected in that area. So I did go out early on. It was an area that was adjacent to the Altadena area, where I knew FEMA
Okay.
was going to be, and so I met with them just to kind of get a feel for how what's the next steps, what are the next steps, so that I can provide that information for my community, or
Absolutely.
anybody that might have been affected that follows me on social media. So I did do that early on. But at that time, I wasn't able to actually see what had happened until, like I said, 2 weeks ago, I went by with a friend, and we drove through the neighborhood, and it was just so sad. But yeah, it's a
Oh my
lot.
goodness.
We have a lot going
That is
on.
a lot. It is.
Mhm.
You have to juggle a bit. So I wanted to ask you about how well you're doing with the maintaining balance with work, your personal life, mom life, how you're able to balance it all. Some of us do it poorly, some of us do it and manage it well and do it with finesse. Some of us understand that it's a tough job but make it look easy. And you seem to make it look so easy.
Oh,
I want to know what you're doing.
don't let that social media fool you. No. So, yeah, it's very challenging, but you know what I've learned to take things one day at a time. One day
Yes,
at a time.
yes.
Um, you know, uh, we only have 24 hours in a day, and I really want to make the best of those 24 hours. And so every day, I try to every day, but at least once a week,
Mhm.
Spencer, the young man who I've just become a resource mom to, every week we sit
Right.
down and we go over, what the plan is for the week. What are our priorities? What are things we have to, we have to focus on? And so I actually have this huge whiteboard in my living room here, which I'm staring at on the other side of this camera. It's a huge one. And we
Uh-huh.
put a line right down the middle,
Hmm.
and he has his side, I have my side, and we just go down the list, and
That's
we
so
we
cool.
we create a hit list every week. And we just go down that list, and we try to knock out as much as we can every day. But if we can't get to it, or if I can't get to it, then it spills over into the next day. So I really,
Okay.
for me, it's taking it one day at a time.
Okay. I like that because and then it's on to the next. It can kind of roll over into the next day, I imagine, right?
Yes,
You're taking
yes, absolutely.
it a bit at a time, right? You take small steps. Um, I'm very much in favor of that. When there's small, achievable steps that you can take and you're able to see and then kind of reward yourself and you look back, hey, we made it. Okay, let's go on the next thing,
Right.
right?
Yep,
So
exactly.
I love that. And I love that for you. I love that for you both. I haven't had a chance to meet Spencer yet, but it sounds like you're both very lucky.
Yes, yes, absolutely. He's a joy. He really is. So,
It really does sound like you. I wanted to ask you, since our segments are called Fix Her Crown, I wanted to ask you, when were you able to encounter a time when someone was able to set you straight, fix your crown, and give you and uplift you just where you needed to be to help you make your next steps and move forward?
well, wow. Yeah. So I thought about that. And you know what? There's so many women that come to mind. And, you know, uh, and I'm jumping ahead of myself because I'm going to reveal something about myself that a lot of people don't know. But I'm a bit of an introvert.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I have a handful of really good friends I've been friends with for a long time, and I feel like we all fix each other's crowns, from time to time.
Mhm.
But I will
Absolutely.
say that because of me being such an introvert, and I was a huge fan of like Oprah and Iyanla and uh,
Oh, yes.
Brene Brown. So
Right.
I just can't answer that question without including those women. Even though I don't know them
The
personally,
big three,
uh,
right?
they are my friends in my head. Trust me. Like, seriously, there's been times where I've listened to podcasts or an old segment, an old Oprah segment or Ayanla segment. And I'm telling you, they just set me straight. They set me straight. They help me to just stay focused on what the goal is. And that's for me to
I love that.
have a healthy perspective of myself. But you got to do the work, though. There's a lot of work involved in that. So
Yes. Yes.
and that's that when you ask that question, that's what comes to mind. My core group of
It's
friends,
loaded. Yes.
and then
Yes.
also, the Oprahs, of the Iyanlas, the Brene Browns,
I love
even
that.
Jane Fonda. I love me some Jane Fonda because
Oh, yeah.
I'm a bit of an activist too. So
Yes.
yeah, she's
Yes.
got that activist, spirit, energy, and I just love that about her
I
and
love
about
that.
them and about them.
Now, what about when you've had an opportunity to help someone else and fix her crown?
She said,
When has Stephanie been able to help another woman fix her crown?
"Oh my gosh." I I would say I'm doing it all the time. I do it all the time. Just it's just innate. It's
Just in you.
intrinsic. It's part of who I am.
Yes.
I cannot tell you a time where I've walked in and saw a situation or heard a situation where I felt that there was a need to give my unsolicited advice or, help out in some way or point someone in the right direction. Like I've just always, that's just me. I do it as, whenever those situations arise, I just can't help
I
myself.
can attest to that. I've seen you do it myself with my own eyes. You just jump right in. You don't miss a beat. You just step right in, and it just happens. And
It
you
just
look up,
happens.
and there it is.
It just
And when it
happens.
happens, it's genuine. It comes from a beautiful place, and it comes from love. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
That's for
Absolutely.
sure. Now, Miss Stephanie, tell us something. I'm being mindful of your time because I know that there are some things on the other side of this. I would
Yeah.
like you to share with us a fun fact about yourself that most people don't already know about you.
Well, well, so I did mention that I'm a bit of I'm an introvert. I really am truly an introvert. I really do enjoy.
Uh-huh.
I enjoy a lot of quiet, intimate moments with myself and, my dog. So I don't know
Right.
if I'm still considered an introvert if my pets are involved, but I love me time. I like to travel alone. I love to hike. I don't usually hike alone because, it's not safe, but
Safe
I
reasons, yes.
love nature. So, but people don't realize that about me because I do host a show on Facebook every Sunday, which is where I'm headed to uh,
Right.
after this interview. But so and that group when we first started out, we were entertaining up to like 10,000 people. Uh, and
Ooh-wee.
yeah, when we first started, the first 45 days, we had like 10,000 viewers, and
Most
then after.
introverts do that. Hmm.
Well, actually, I'm the producer. I'm the producer of the show, so
Okay.
I am kind of behind the scenes,
You're
but
the brains behind
occasionally,
the scenes. Okay.
yeah. Occasionally, I do have to step
Okay.
out in front of the camera and, let people
Mhm.
know I'm still there. So when I tell folks, well, they see what I'm doing on social media, or they see me at
Mhm.
different events, and when of course, when we get together and we're doing more of a one-on-one, and they find out that I'm really an introvert, they go, that's not true. How could that be true? You're all over the place. And I'm like, y'all just don't know. But I tell you this is what I have learned
They
too
have no
about myself.
idea.
One thing I've learned about myself is that I think my passion for helping others is what gets me out more. And really, just that's my
Yes.
passion is so strong about
Yes.
helping others achieve their goals, whether it be, the real estate goals, or if, it's a senior looking to make a transition into a retirement community, or whatever their goals are.
Yes.
Um, I'm just, it's just, I enjoy helping others. And so
I love
I
that
think that's
about
what,
you. That's a beautiful thing.
what was that?
I said, I love that about you. That's a beautiful thing. When you were saying how it's innate, it's just in you. I know that personally because um, our mothers were best friends, and I know that that's just genetic. It's just
Yeah.
in your soul, it's in your blood, it's what you
Yeah,
do, and you just got to.
right. That's what,
Right?
yeah. So that helps to balance out the introvert in me. So
Right, 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 right. Now, I want your help. I am building a personal playlist just for this season alone. So anyone that I have interviewed for this season, I'm going to create a playlist on what helps you build your own confidence at any given time, something that helps you walk a little lighter or step a little higher during your day. So I'm asking
Um,
for your personal theme song that
mhm.
you play in your head when you're getting ready to close that deal or do that open house or whatever it is you're going to do.
Yeah.
Your your boss BI song that you have as your personal theme song.
Mhm. Well, because I'm a girl's girl, I love, Beyonce, Run the World. I think that's the title of the song,
Who
Run the
runs the
World.
world? Girls. Who
Yeah,
runs the
I
world?
love
Yes.
that one. And then my other one that comes to mind is Alicia Keys' Girl on Fire.
Oh,
This girl
definitely.
is on
Yes.
fire.
Yes. I love that.
That
So
one
we will
gets the,
include that.
they
That
just
gets
get me
moving.
pumped up. They get me
Yes.
pumped up. And
Yes.
yeah, that's
I
how it
love
happens.
that.
Yep.
Good one. Who runs the world? Girls.
Right. Exactly.
And this girl is on fire. Okay.
Yep. Girl on
Thank you.
fire.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Real quick,
Hmm.
if I want to purchase my next home in beautiful, lovely, sunny Southern California, and I want to reach out to you, how can I reach you? Help us out.
Oh, I can be reached. First of all, you call me direct. Should I give that number out here? Uh,
Give the number, or we
is
can
it
put it
okay?
in,
Sure.
make sure we include it.
So I can be reached at 818-317-3271. And I can be reached by email. That's sjex, Jex, the number 4, real estate at AOL. I
SJX for real estate at AOL. All
Yes,
right.
I just told my age because AOL. Who has AOL anymore? But anyway, I still do. I had it. I'm old school. I had it since we had the
Loyalty.
CDs, the CD, the
Loyalty.
CD.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm very consistent in that way.
Yes.
I'm very loyal, and yeah, once I something's good and it's working, I tend to stick with it. Um,
There you go.
I can be reached. I have a website, www.stephaniejex.com. And I'm on pretty much all the social media platforms, and you could just, my name, pretty much Stephanie Jex, or, anything, S Jex Real Estate. Let's see, Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn.
So you're gonna give me them all, and we'll publish it for you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
That's for
that.
sure. And then I'll probably just edit it in and make sure I have it, and
Okay.
we're good to go. Listen,
Oh, excellent.
I want to thank you. I know you could be anywhere else. I know you got to get on the freeway. I know you got to hit it, but I want to thank you for your time. I value your
Absolutely.
time, but I value you. And I want to let you know that I see you, and I'm glad that you have been there for me. You have, on many occasions, without you even knowing it, you have
Oh,
fixed my crown. You have fixed my crown.
oh,
So I want to thank you. I
that
love
is
you.
beautiful. Thank you.
Be
I
safe.
love you too. And
And
it's been a
promise me you'll
pleasure.
come back sometime next season,
I
please.
promise I will.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I know you're gonna
Thank
have
you.
some good stuff for us.
Thank you so much. This was great. And yes, I look forward to joining you again.
My pleasure. And thanks again. We'll talk real soon.
Okay. Bye for
All righty.
now. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.